Alright guys, let's have a little bit of fun today. Let's make this the definitive which band's better, Metallica or Megadeth. I know, who cares, right? But that's the whole point of just having fun. So alright, we'll do a head-to-head for each album, and we'll keep score here. So, first, we've got Metallica, Kill 'Em All, versus Killing Is My Business. Okay, Kill 'Em All has a better production. It's a fairly good lengthy album with all killer and no filler. Bad production. All killer and no filler, however, very short. Now, while I like the energy of Killing Is My Business, Kill 'Em All is a little bit more complete. So unfortunately, I'll probably, unfortunately, don't I sound a little biased, don't I? So unfortunately, I'll have to go with Metallica on that. So Metallica gets 1 point. Megadeth, no point. Ride the Lightning versus Peace Sells and Who's Buying, if I could talk. This one's pretty tough. On one hand, this is one of the best Metallica albums for sure. I actually really do like the production. I know some people think it sucks, but I like it. All songs are good, even Escape, the like the black sheep of the album. Peace Sells feels a little bit short. Production might be less good, but better in other ways. So I don't know. Hard to say. Probably a tie in that regard. You know what? This might have to be a tie. Yes, we can do that. It's a tie. Master of Puppets versus So Far So Good So What. Well, this album's one of the best metal albums ever made. This album, while I do like it, feels a little bit short, a little incomplete, and while it's a good Megadeth album, it's far from the best one in my opinion. So this has to go to Metallica. Sorry, Megadeth. And Justice for All versus Rust in Peace. Okay, I like Justice. I do hate the fact that it lacks bass. The songs are good, a little repetitive. Peace Sells. This is like one of the best metal albums ever made. So, some of the coolest riffs ever. By far the best Megadeth album, in my opinion. Yeah, Megadeth wins. I ain't gonna count hidden treasures. Put that aside. Black Album versus Countdown to Extinction. Well, the Black Album is one of the best produced albums ever, and one of the best selling albums ever. But Megadeth, I haven't heard until I've heard these songs so much on the Black Album that I'm so sick of them. Like the first half of this album, I almost don't ever want to listen to ever again. This one's still fairly fresh to me, and even though I really like this album, I don't really listen to this as much as some of the other Megadeths, but I really like it. This album at its best can sometimes be better than this album. But honestly, I'm going to go with Megadeth. I can't help it. It just feels far less commercial and still fresh to me. I'm going with Megadeth. Well, I don't own Load. So, Load versus Euthanasia. I'll be honest, I don't like Load. I only like 3 or 4 songs off of it, like actually really like, and the rest of it bores me. I mean, it's slow, it's uninteresting, I just don't like it. Euthanasia might be a rock album as well as Load, but I like every song on here. Like, I really like Euthanasia, actually. I don't even really know why. It's just really, really good, like, hard rock. All the choruses and melodies are just so good. It has such a good atmosphere to it. I don't know what it is. Like, I can just, on a nice sunny day, listen to Euthanasia, and I just love every second of it. Big time Megadeth. Oh. I do have Reload for some reason. Well, it's the better Load in my opinion, but that's just my opinion. You know, I didn't realize I had 2 Euthanasias. I think because it contains hidden treasures too. Huh. I don't even remember buying that. Funny. Okay. Reload versus Cryptic Writings. Reload to me is the better Load. I think the songs are a little heavier. I feel like there's more interesting stuff going on in Reload. However, I wouldn't call it a masterpiece, but I can tolerate a lot more Reload and actually enjoy at least maybe half of the songs on Reload. Cryptic Writings, I actually think is awesome. It's, again, kind of a hard rock with a few metal songs on it, but I actually thoroughly like Cryptic Writings. Yeah, I do. I really do. I mean, the song She-Wolf is better than every song off Reload, so we'll just say that. Megadeth for sure. I don't have Saint Anger. I got rid of that a long time ago. That album is disgusting. It will contaminate my collection. Ew, I don't have it. So, Saint Anger versus Risk. Well, I hate everything about Saint Anger, period. Production sucks. I don't really like the music. I mean, okay, the re-recorded version of Saint Anger that somebody did on YouTube actually made it pretty decent. Like, but Saint Anger as it stands, the way Metallica did it, I hate it. I don't like anything about it. Risk, I don't really like Risk either. But at least the songs are produced well. At least it don't sound like a total joke. I hate to say it, I'll have to go with Risk. That's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. I mean, there's a few moments on Risk that's okay. I can't even remember what those moments were, but most of it's bad, so. But Megadeth still wins. How are we going to do this? Because Metallica released far less albums. All right. We're going to have to do Death Magnetic versus... We'll do Death Magnetic versus The System Has Failed in United Abominations. How about that? How about that? Well, actually, we'll throw in game to kind of balance this out. No, actually, no. Yeah, we'll do System Has Failed, United Abominations. How about that? Death Magnetic tried. Honestly, there's good and bad on this. Like, there's cool riffs, but for every cool riff, there's like an equally dorky riff that I don't like. James's vocals just... I know Dave Mustaine's not a great vocalist, but James' vocals just don't fit the heavy mood that they're trying to go for here. The production don't fit the heavy mood that they're trying to go for here. Tonality, it just don't fit. Was there a lot of effort? Yes, there is. I'll give him that. There are some cool moments, some good changes here and there. But for the most part, it's not the best, not the funnest thing to listen to in the world. But I'll admit, I put it in from time to time. The System Has Failed really isn't, to me, I know some people think it's good. I don't think it's that great. I like some songs off of it, yes. But combine it with United Abominations, I think you could make one really pretty solid album out of the two of those if you take the best from each and put it together. So Megadeth wins again. Because if you with these two albums, there's a lot more to enjoy, I think, than Death Magnetic. So Megadeth on that. Hardwired versus Endgame in 13. Not even a contest. Not even a contest. Endgame alone destroys Hardwired. Hardwired has good stuff on it. Don't get me wrong. The first disc is pretty solid. The second disc is okay, but a little boring, except for Spit Out the Bones, pretty fun, I guess. But Endgame is actually one of the best later Megadeth albums, is the best later Megadeth album. So that alone crushes it. In 13, I know some people don't think 13 is that great. I actually do enjoy a good portion of 13. It's not as good as Endgame, but I do enjoy quite a bit of it. So again, Megadeth wins. "72 Seasons" versus Dystopia and The Sick, the Dying, and the Dead. I'll be honest, 72 Seasons was what got me started making these videos again. I'll give it that credit. And the album's actually pretty good. I like it better than Hardwired. It's a little bit too long. It does get a little boring, but there are some pretty fun songs on there and some good riffs. I'll give it that. And a pretty solid production at that. Megadeth, Dystopia, I liked it. There's some self-plagiarism on it, and that's kind of what holds it back the most for me. But it's a pretty solid album if you can get past that. Sick, the Dying, and the Dead, that one's a slow burner for me. I think I'm getting into it more and more as time goes. I feel like the title track's the best track on there. I feel like it started off like an instant classic and just didn't keep up with it. But I like the songs. Like, there's no songs I don't think I hate. So, shoot, man, I don't know. This one's kind of tough. I might have to go with Megadeth, just because Megadeth doesn't bore me. Not usually. Metallica, this is a good effort, though. As far as new Metallica goes, this is the best. But you put these two albums together, and you know, you might say, well, that's not fair. You're doing two albums. Yeah, but Metallica had a lot of time to put out albums, and they put out 4 since the year since 2003. And Megadeth has put out a bunch, so there's a lot more Megadeth I can listen to and enjoy to pick from than I do Metallica. So yes, it is fair. It's very fair. Metallica, if you just put out more albums. So there we go. So let's tally this up. Metallica gets 1, 2, Metallica gets 2 points. Only with Kill 'Em All and Master of Puppets. Megadeth gets 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 points. So there you have it, guys. You've witnessed it right here in the lair of the Metallian. Rick Renegade himself has set the record straight that Megadeth is the better band by far. So there you go. Like, subscribe if you enjoy this video. If you're a Metallica fanboy, you probably won't. But if you just like facetious fun, you probably will. So till next time, guys, stay metal.